Well, it's not 4th edition yet, but how about another edition? How about 2nd edition, best post-movie or season 4 and beyond episodes? And I also plan on having a top 20 best SpongeBob episodes ever list coming up at some time, probably before 4th edition or after, I'm not entirely sure. And I've also got a bunch of other things planned, so here we go. This is quite a great episode. So, SpongeBob and Patrick are in the Mermaid Man Barnacle Boy fan club, obviously. And, well, they heard the announcement that Trippy Brothers Studios, which kind of sounds like Warner Brothers or something, is making a Mermaid Man Barnacle Boy movie, but the real Mermaid Man Barnacle Boy aren't in it. It's
actors.
So, SpongeBob and Patrick aren't happy about this. They want the real Mermaid Man Barnacle Boy in it, and they get kicked out of their meeting, and they decide to go tell Mermaid Man Barnacle Boy about it, and they don't even know about it. Well, then again, they didn't know about, what was it? The conch shell being given away in a contest either, so this isn't a surprise. And, well, they tell him that, a movie's being made about him and that they have what. And they cry about it, and then SpongeBob and Patrick are like, you know what? Let's make our own movie. Kind of like a fan movie, So they get all their friends together to, do stuff. Mr. Krabs wants Krabby Patties in it because he's Mr. Krabs. And, well, Sandy does the pyrotechnics. And, well, Plankton tried to audition for Man Ray, but, well, Man Ray's not in it. You did a pretty good Man Ray, I guess, for what Plankton can do. And, SpongeBob says that he's going to be the boom operator. Yeah. And I do like it when Sandy's like, does someone say boom? That is kind of funny. Squidward is the makeup artist. And Patrick is the cameraman. And, well, let's say they can't even shoot the first scene because Mermaid Man screws up his lines. We have to get the stolen Krabby Patties. He does naggy daddies. Yeah, SpongeBob, you're fired. This is how you do a long joke. Not free frothy. Nothing like that, okay? And then, well, Mr. Krabs wants Pearl to be in it, so they have Pearl as their car, and it fails, and just everything's starting to crumble, and, well, the set gets destroyed, and SpongeBob's like, at least we, taped it, and then all of a sudden, thanks to bad animation, strikes again. The cover is on the camera lens, and SpongeBob's like to Patrick, did you just put that on there? He's like, no, I put it on there so we wouldn't lose it. And SpongeBob just flips his shit. He loses it. He starts doing crab walks. He's screaming. He's like, ah! And at one point, he tears out part of the ground and slurps a few worms, which is disgusting, but shows he's lost it. Ugh. Wouldn't want to be around him. And Mermaid Man tells him that, well, to never give up. And they do end up making the movie. And then they're about to show it at the Krusty Krab, and then all of a sudden the Mermaid Man Barnacle Boy Club comes in, and, well, the only reason they're there is because, well, the real movie was sold out. And they watch it, and, well, it's quite as cheesy as it sounds. And the episode's over. I mean, it's not a bad episode, what I'd say. In this episode, Mr. Krabs gets the idea to make a wishing well by the Krusty Krab in order to make more money because, well, he saw people throwing coins in a wishing well, and he's like, that's the greatest scam ever. this is post-movie Mr. Krabs, and well, yeah, this is actually good compared to other things he's done. Yeah, so he does that, and he, as well, SpongeBob and Squidward dig it, and they do. They make it, and well, he has SpongeBob, stay at the bottom of the well to collect coins, and while there, Sandy wishes for a telescope, Mrs. Puff wishes for a hot rod boat, and Plankton wishes to be giant. And at one point, Patrick throws a cup in there, thinking it's a trash can, and SpongeBob's like, "Hey, what the hell? Who said that?" "It was me, stupid." Throw a coin in there. He's like, "I wish SpongeBob were here," and he throws himself in. Yeah, I think that's stupid. And Patrick's at the bottom of the well, and well, oh yeah, at the end of the day, they put the coins in the bucket, and Mr. Krabs gets it. And well, he's not gonna let the two come out because, well, in case anything comes at night. Yeah, Krabs, I don't think you're allowed to do that. Ugh. Really, I mean, keeping the Krusty Krab open for 24 hours twice is one thing. That's kind of wrong. So then, and well, SpongeBob thinks they should dig deeper to find the magic, and well, they do, and they have an alright song. Well, they did, like, when SpongeBob was digging, which, it wasn't bad. And, well, they found the magic. The only thing that's, I guess, saying that it's magic is that it's glowing in their faces, so I guess it's magic. And then Squidward comes along and laughs at them. SpongeBob says, "I wish you could see us," and Squidward drops down, and, well, stuff pursues. He tries to get out, but he doesn't have enough arm strength to get out. And then some funny shenanigans.
Squidward, you're on my foot. Whoops, sorry about that.
And get your elbow out of my ribs.
Ew!
And quit stepping in my potato salad! And then the two get in a bit of a fist fight, and by morning, Squidward crawls out to freedom, and well, SpongeBob said they found the magic, and well, Sandy gets her telescope, Mrs. Puff gets her boat, and Plankton's a giant. And Mr. Krabs is like, I can't believe this. There's no way it happened. So then he drops in a coin. "I wish I was steamed and served with a side of melted butter." And then it turns out it's true. He disappears. Mr. Krabs is steamed, and then comes some melted butter, and the end. This type of episode might seem lame, but it was surprisingly enjoyable, for me at least. And it did have some funny gags, which, would later be ripped off and made very unfunny. So, yeah. This episode first starts out a little meh, because Mr. Krabs is singing how much he loves money, and there's nothing on earth but the feeling of green. And then all of a sudden, some, guy walks in, he's like, "I'll have that there, that there." And, well, it's some guy named Howard Blandy who is very rich and has bought out basically every single family-owned restaurant just for, just for tearing down and making his own restaurant there. And, well, he gets Mr. Krabs to do it, and he does it like, he has it like a trailer full of suitcases of money to get him to do it. I mean, it took him more than a suitcase, so I guess that's kind of impressive, and, well, that means SpongeBob and Squidward are gonna work for him, and they get a new manager named Carl, who's got, like, wacky eyes. "I'll be your new manager." And, well, he gives them new uniforms and gives them a giant employee handbook that SpongeBob and Squidward are struggling to keep up. And, Mr. Krabs, he's now retired. He's trying to do, other things. And, well, he doesn't really get far and bores himself. Then Pearl tells him that he should get a job, get a life, or get some friends. And while he has a metal detector, he runs into, what was the Krusty Krab, and Howard Blandy changed it to Krabby-O Mondays. Kind of a meh, name for a restaurant. Sounds like Krusty Krab, to be honest, but, whatever. And then you see, SpongeBob and Squidward working there. Squidward is, of course, a waiter. Ahoy there, matey. Welcome to the Krabby-O Mondays. And he's still bored, and Little Boy says it's his birthday, and they ask him to sing the Krabby-O Mondays birthday song, and Squidward just can't get into it. And Carl tells him, if you don't, human resources will deal with you. So then Squidward just slaps a smile on just so he doesn't get killed. That is good dark humor right there. And, well, SpongeBob is back in the kitchen. It doesn't reveal what's going on in the kitchen yet. And, well, Mr. Krabs applied for a job there, and he is the busboy. If you don't know what the busboy is, that's the guy that takes all your dishes away and takes them back to the kitchen to be washed. And, well, later on he's talking to Squidward, and, well, he's saying how much of a weirdo Carl is. He's like, they're watching us. Like, he doesn't want Mr. Krabs to get killed, too. And he's like, he has a note, help me. Yeah, it's torture in the Krabby-O Mondays, and, it's actually, well thought out. And it turns out, the burgers, which are Krabby Patties, too. I don't get it. It's first gray glop. They don't explain what it is, so I'm just going to call it glop. Glop that's then molded into the shape of a Krabby Patty and then spray painted. SpongeBob is sad, but like, where's the love? Don't even remind me about that Black Eyed Peas song. And, well, there's an automated cash register, and, Mr. Krabs being an old man, he goes insane! And, well, he decides to expose the Krabby-O Mondays and show what a fake it is. Shows a woman what the Krabby Patty is really made of, gray glop, and then, well, people start to notice that, well, when you take a bite out of it, the gray glop is exposed. Although, shouldn't they have seen it? And it is kind of gross, and they all freak out and run. And then Mr. Krabs goes on a rampage more and starts destroying stuff, and then shoves the automated cash register into the gray glop. Mr. Blandy comes in, and, well, Mr. Krabs says what a piece of shit this is, and then, well, because of all the build-up, the tube that had all the gray glop in it, that makes Krabby Patties, well, explodes, and, well, the place is ruined, and Mr. Krabs buys it with all the money that was given to him, and, well, he gets the restaurant back. It's a nice combination of, like, dark humor and, some alright humor, and it's still satisfying in the end. When I did my first top 10 best post-movie list, I forgot about this episode because, well, I hadn't seen it in a while, and I'm glad some people reminded me of it. It's quite good. SpongeBob wakes up, and him and Patrick are gonna go to the beach. And, well, one of the first bad things is that, Patrick rips off the front of his skin, exposing, like, his muscles and his teeth. A little much, guys, don't you think? Just expose the skeleton. And while they, get all their stuff and go on the bus, and it's not the bus driver from Rock Bottom, who then would reappear in the pink Verloier. It's a woman bus driver, and, well, SpongeBob and Patrick are annoying people on the bus, and they almost start to sing a song when the bus driver kicks them off the bus. They're crying, and then they realize they are at the beach. And, well, they have a stupid frisbee joke, which I didn't like. Small plastic disc that you throw. Really? I don't think that should have been in there. So then, well, SpongeBob throws the frisbee, and well, Patrick, he's not paying attention to what's in front of him. Well, destroys some stuff, and he ends up destroying the lifeguard tower. And lifeguard tells him, they shouldn't do that, to do something else. He decided to build sandcastles. Now, this may, at first, it seem like, oh god, it's gonna be padded out filler. But no, they actually do a great job with, the sandcastle building. They're building sandcastles, and SpongeBob thinks that Patrick's doing a terrible job. And, well, he pisses him off. And to, get back at SpongeBob, Patrick destroys SpongeBob's castle, and, they draw the line. They're competing for better sandcastles. And it eventually becomes all-out war, where SpongeBob makes some sand guys that attack Patrick, and well, he gets a cannon, and even though SpongeBob's guys go back into the castle, the ball just stops, looks around, and just goes over and destroys it, since, well, there's not really a roof to SpongeBob's castle. And eventually comes to SpongeBob having a sand tank, and Patrick a robot. Patrick's robot, picks up SpongeBob's tank, and, well, SpongeBob in desperation shoots at the robot, and, well, it seems that Patrick's dead, but fake out! The head can now fly all by itself, and SpongeBob has a very cartoony sand jet, and, well, they do end up terrorizing the beach. And then, well, Patrick destroys SpongeBob's castle. And SpongeBob is just pissed off. He's got no ammo left, and he just commits suicide and rams his jet into the head, destroying everything. And, they learn that not to bicker over some, sandcastles. And as punishment, they have to clean up the beach. I'm glad someone reminded me about this episode. I'm very, very glad about it.
Living like Larry.
That is something you'll hear a lot in this episode, but it's not done to be, it's not done so much that it's annoying. It's probably the best way to put it. Well, SpongeBob and Patrick are at the beach, and then all of a sudden this guy, well, a mystery guy, is doing stunts on a motorcycle, and they seem impossible, and SpongeBob and Patrick are impressed by it, and it turns out it's Larry the Lobster. Sounds like the opening of Extreme Spots ripped that part off, don't you think? Yeah. So, Larry tells them that they should be living like him, live life to the fullest, and be extreme. Living like Larry. I just realized that Extreme Spots might have ripped this episode off, but that's just me. So that gives Patrick the idea that, they should start doing extreme stuff, like trying to ride on wild seahorses, doing being on a skateboard on their backs, and, trying to jump this abyss full of monsters and whatnot. And, well, SpongeBob, instead goes on a kiddie ride and other things, living like Larry. Although Patrick eventually seems to have gone too far, as he's pissed off this motorcycle gang. And, well, SpongeBob reasons with him, and then all of a sudden he tips over their motorcycles, but just after he asks, "What'd Patrick do that made you all cranky?" Yeah, that's what he did, and, the gang is chasing the two, and then all of a sudden SpongeBob's adrenaline is just rushing with so much energy. Like going on Raging Bull at Six Flags, Great America. So yeah, now SpongeBob has his adrenaline pumped, and all of a sudden he's got a giant harpoon with him and Patrick gonna be riding on it, and Patrick's like, will you be doing this? Yeah, buddy. And, well, Larry apparently is still a lifeguard at this point, and he sees it, they're doing that, And then all of a sudden he realizes, wait, the trajectory of that, they'll end up at Ripper's Reef. They'll be ripped to shreds. Ripper's Reef, just a place full of just spikes and whatnot. So SpongeBob launches in, and Larry tries to save him, and he gets to them, and he tells them that live life to the fullest. You shouldn't be doing stuff like this. And, well, they all get injured, and all three do end up in the hospital, but SpongeBob's still like, why are you guys complaining? There's a nice ramp down the hall. What would Larry do? And Larry's just pissed off, and he's then just tries to go get SpongeBob and probably murder him. What would Larry do? I'll show you what Larry would do! The ending, it might be a little torturous, but, well, SpongeBob did get what he deserved, even if it was a little bit last second. But, you know, would have been awesome if they showed Larry being the crap-ass SpongeBob, but I don't think parents would like that. Do not jump to any conclusions yet. Why am I saying that? This is one of those things that really divides a fan base. This episode right here, for SpongeBob fans, you either love it or you hate it to the core. It's probably also going to drive the guys over at SB Mania insane by the time they see this video. I have my reasons, and no, it's not what you think they are, okay? So, SpongeBob wakes up one day, you know, going through his daily routine, puts food in Gary's bowl, but, well, it seems that no one's coming out, like, Patrick doesn't come out of his rock, Squidward doesn't come out to yell at him, and, well, no one's at the Krusty Krab, which is weird how he doesn't notice anything, and there's also, like, cars flipped over as if it's like I Am Legend or the apocalypse happened. And well, when he goes home, he realizes that Gary hadn't touched his food, so Gary's missing. And he goes to Squidward's house, and well, nothing's there. And there's no sign of Squidward. I like how he said that. And there's like a bunch of Squidward pictures everywhere. And well, Squidward's clarinet isn't even warm, so yeah, he's gone. And, well, he goes over to Patrick's house. Patrick's not there. Goes back to the Krusty Krab to see if Mr. Krabs is there, although that's weird. He probably should have checked at Mr. Krabs' house. But, yeah, let's move on. No one's at Sandy's, and just, well, no one's there. Where did everybody go? And then, all of a sudden, he's on a mountaintop shouting, "Go!" Sorry, SpongeBob, but Patrick did it better in the movie. And, well, SpongeBob's going to try to live out everyone's lives, basically by pretending to be other characters. Like
Squidward, Patrick, Sandy, a random customer at the Krusty Krab, although this one's not in a wheelchair, Mr. Krabs, and Mrs. Puff. I wish he was also some other characters as well, but he can't have everything now, can you?
So yeah, he realizes, he then comes to his senses that he can't be these people, and well, he's about to give up, that he'll never be happy again, but then he sees some blank driver's license, and well, you know, makes his own driver's license, although you do that at the DMV, but, you know, Mrs. Puff seemed to always do that, so I guess I'll let it slide. And, well, he picks out his own boat, which he enjoys driving around, and even smashes into his house with it. And, well, later, he's sleeping with the thing. Thinking he had a bad dream. And, well, carries out his day, even makes Krabby Patties with the boat, and treats it as if it's a person. This is where SpongeBob starts going insane. And then at one point he thinks that, well, the boat is up to him. Well, it's on him. And SpongeBob even made a Krabby Patty Patrick puppet. He snapped. He's insane now. I mean, and then he makes a break for it from Bodhi, and then, yeah, he runs into a dealership, thinks he's safe in a movie theater, but it's showing a bunch of car races, and then he has an axe, and, he's gonna do something, who knows, and then a bus appears, he, throws the axe at the bus, and everyone in Bikini Bottom comes out, and says that they were at National No SpongeBob Day. Now, this is the part that makes or break whether you like or hate this episode. And, Mr. Krabs says that, a day without SpongeBob, but they had been gone for weeks, and Patrick has a shirt that has no SpongeBob, and he's like, people need to get away from her, and, they say what they did. Now, people think that, did SpongeBob really deserve it? Okay, deserve it is not the best thing to say. The better thing to say would be, he kinda had it coming. Okay, let's see what bad things he's done that would have affected multiple people. Okay, let's see. Destroying the town in Hall Monitor, and this is from both good and bad episodes. Destroying the town in Hall Monitor, stinking up the town in Something Smells with his rancid peanut onion sundae breath, capturing everyone in Bikini Bottom in nets, thinking they were aliens in Sandy's rocket, invading people's dreams in Sleepy Time, being the world's worst lifeguard in Sponge Guard on duty, being a douche to Squidward, and, destroying Bikini Bottom in the process, and Good Neighbors, good riddance, help spread Patrick's rancid song that, makes you go insane and sing a song of Patrick, also, Nautical Novice, that too, and perhaps the most infamous of them all, stalking Squidward and ripping his toenail off in House Fancy. So, yeah, I guess he had it coming, but also think of it as this. You love your parents, you love your siblings, and they love you back. But there are times where you just need to get the hell away from them. Think of it like that. I am so glad this concept didn't fail. So, what's the story? Well, Plankton has broken out of jail, and, he even collected hair in the process by disguising himself as a guy's mustache. And, he had gone to jail for stealing the Krabby Patty formula. I almost wish that this episode was the first episode of Season 4 after the movie. Yeah, but aside from that, and also, may I also add, in these post-movie SpongeBob episodes, how does Plankton not remember, the formula, or, heck, Plan Z? Maybe he's not going to try Plan Z again since it was foiled, or, his memory was erased of the formula? I don't know, I guess. But moving on, he escapes from jail, and, goes back to the chum bucket. I almost said Krusty Krab. And, Karen kicks him out because, she doesn't want to be with him. And there's a bunch of Plankton's old stuff, including an electric guitar. And SpongeBob thinks that, he's in a band, especially telling from the hair. So, they decide to form a band called Plankton and the Patty Stealers. And, SpongeBob also gets Patrick and Squidward to be in it. Squidward doesn't show up to any of their practices because, he's working out. Okay, enough of that. So, they're doing an okay job at practicing, and, Patrick's playing his belly, SpongeBob's on the guitar, and, Plankton is kind of like the manager, and, they do get a gig at the Krusty Krab, but only at night, and Plankton's almost caught. Almost. And, well, they get into the Krusty Krab and they're ready to rock, but Plankton steals the formula. And then, well, they have all their equipment on, and SpongeBob sees Plankton stealing the formula, and he yells Plankton into the microphone, which breaks the bottle and knocks Plankton off. And, well, SpongeBob realizes the truth, and they all get arrested. Plankton goes into a special cell, and, well, SpongeBob, Squidward, and Patrick on the other side practicing. I just found so much joy in this episode, and I'm glad this concept didn't fail. Otherwise, I would have been pissed off. This is another one that I forgot about and hadn't seen in a while, and, well, just like Have You Seen This Snail, this is one of the last good SpongeBob specials. So what happens? Well, SpongeBob and Patrick go to, well, I guess medieval times, and, well, they're having a good time, and they want to, and, well, they have a special offer with the jousting. They think they're going to see the jousting up close, but no, they're in the jousting, and, well, they get knocked off their horses and go through the roof, and, well, seem to have gone back in time because they're captured and taken to King Krabs. And, well, there's also Princess Pearl and an evil wizard who is, of course, Plankton. And, well, SpongeBob and Patrick are brought to them. And, well, they're also thrown in jail. And they meet Squidly, who was the king's royal fool. And Squidly does some pretty good songs. And then they're brought to King Krabs. And, well, it seems that there's a prophecy, too, that, well, 2 people that fall from the sky are chosen by the king to defeat Plankton. And then, all of a sudden, a giant jellyfish dragon comes in and steals Pearl, and you can see that King Krabs really cares for her. I mean, he tries to fight the thing, but, well, it overpowers him. And, well, tells, SpongeBob and Patrick to go out, and also tells Squidly to go, too. The guys get some armor, and, the Plankton, the Great Wizard, sees, that they're coming, and they even work Karen into being like a crystal ball, and he's hanging Pearl up from a cauldron of lava, and, well, and SpongeBob also brought some Krabby Patties that'll come in later. And when they're almost there, they meet Sandy's old relative, who can somehow breathe underwater without a helmet on. Yes, she's wearing a helmet, but it's not, like a glass dome, which, they defeat her, and, well, she joins them, and they go to get Pearl, and they are surprisingly successful, and there are some funny moments with the dragon. Yeah. So they do eventually save Pearl, and, well, they also convince the dragon to be good to them by offering him Krabby Patties. And then, there's a special celebration, and the 2 are thrown off their horses again because of, well, Squidly's bad clarinet playing, and there was a rock thrown at him. And then all of a sudden they're back in the arena, and was it a dream? Well, Patrick landed on top of Squidly. Maybe it was a dream, maybe they did somehow go back in time, or maybe on the other side their friends were LARPing? I don't know. It's almost like Inception. I mean, powerful stuff. This episode is just too damn cute! Prior to this video, I had never seen Planktons Pet. Some people said I love Planktons Pet, but I didn't really care enough. Then, people said, hey, do Planktons Pet, and you know what? I did, and I'm pretty impressed. There's like very little things I like about that. that I dislike about this. There's a lot of things I like about this. So, how does this episode start? Well, this guy gets a Krabby Patty, and all of a sudden a baby comes and takes it, and the guy is like, "Oh, this is too damn cute." Although, shouldn't the people be worried that a baby is all by itself without any parents? And, well, the alarm goes off. Mr. Krabs somehow has an X-ray thing and sees that it's Plankton in a mech suit. And, well, he comes out and, well, some weird baby beating up stuff. And even decapitates the thing, revealing that it is Plankton. But then Krabs mistake on his part, puts the head back on, and then kicks the baby out like a football, and there's some women there who beat him up, which is kind of funny, but the baby abuse jokes, it's not my cup of tea. So then, Plankton thinks that, well, he needs something to take his mind off of failing all the time, and, well, Karen first suggests that he should get a pet, and Spongebob, who comes out of nowhere, says that he should go to the animal shelter and try to find a pet. And while they go there, and at one point, a clam tries to eat Plankton, but this little amoeba dog thing saves him, and well, Plankton adopts him and names him Spot. He successfully trains him, and well, Spot is even able to steal a Krabby Patty, but then he eats it, and Plankton's pissed off, and well, tries to go punish Spot by having him stay outside, and well, after a while, Plankton's like, "I can't do it," and he goes back outside, and Spot's gone, and he gets SpongeBob. Well, actually, SpongeBob appears out of nowhere. It's one of the two, and well, tries to help Plankton find Spot. Although there is a gross gumshoe joke in it, which is disgusting. And the guy that did the gross gumshoe joke said that they should look at the animal shelter. The animal shelter is closed, but surprisingly the door's unlocked. Yeah, I don't think... that's probably the weakest part of the episode. They go in, SpongeBob tries to find the light switch, he flips one switch, nothing happens. Flips the second switch, it lights the first one, opens up all the pens, and the animals start attacking. And then they get into the cliche dead end, and all of a sudden, well, SpongeBob notices something on Plankton's eye, and, well, it was Spot. And, yeah, Spot was on Plankton's eye, although now they're doomed, and then Spot tries to defend them by growing giant and roaring at the other pets, which then scares them into their pens, and they all live happily ever after. I mean, Spot is just so cute, man. And before we get to number one, let's hear some honorable mentions before anyone asks me about these. Sing a Song with Patrick, I thought it was fine, a little gross, but it's alright, I do enjoy it from time to time. And they didn't break anything to, not be on the list. It's just, well, there's better. And I'm not doing a third edition of this, so yeah. Sing a Song with Patrick, Bummer Vacation, The Big Switch, Mermaid Man vs. SpongeBob, Single Cell Anniversary, New Leaf, Ghost Host, and Patrick Smart Pants. Those are episodes that I do enjoy, but, well, they weren't exactly good enough to make it to the list. And plus, I could only choose 10 for this one. I'm not doing 15. I only do lists that end in 0, okay? So now, on to number 1. Yes. This was kind of obvious, I guess. So, what happens? Well, Squidward and SpongeBob are walking to work when all of a sudden they see that, well, something's happened to the Krusty Krab. Mr. Krabs probably spent a ton of money, that's never brought up anyway, to make the Krusty Krab into a hotel called the Krusty Towers. And it happened after he went to a convention and stayed in a fancy hotel who had a plaque which had a code that all the employees live by. We shall never deny a guest, even the most ridiculous request. And, well, he also wanted to charge people insane amounts of money since, well, that's what the hotel did to him. I mean, $25 for a burger. Yeah, not even stadiums have food that's that expensive. But yeah, SpongeBob and Squidward, get new uniforms, and Squidward's not all into, this idea, and well, people are still used to, the place being the Krusty Krab and, getting food. The only way you can get food is if you rent a room and ask for room service. I mean, this one guy, well, denies it. And then Patrick comes in, asks for a Krabby Patty, and, Squidward tells him it's a hotel, and then all of a sudden, Patrick says that, he'll have a room and, well, with cheese, and have cheese on the Krabby Patty too. Room with cheese. You'll see it. You know that later. And then, well, suddenly Patrick has bags. The random humor in this works. Okay. So then, well, Squidward has to carry Patrick's bags to his room, and, well, he can't take the regular elevator. He has to take the employee elevator, which is the stairs. And Patrick's bags weigh a ton. And then they finally get up, and, well, there's rocks in Patrick's bags. And then they get to the room, and, Patrick asks for a Krabby Patty. No crust, and then, well, he asks for Squidward to maybe help him with his Krabby Patties, but, he has SpongeBob do it instead. Eat all the Krabby Patties, and has Patrick has Squidward doing other ridiculous stuff, like getting SpongeBob out of a toilet, and, well, giving him a bubble bath. And Squidward's like, what, that's it, I can't do this anymore, and quits, and then decides to, well, give Mr. Krabs a bit of a taste of his own medicine, let's just say. And Squidward wants a room on the top floor because he needs a vacation. He's overworked and decides to stay at Krusty Towers. And, well, SpongeBob brings his bags up to his room, and Squidward requests that Mr. Krabs carry him to his room. And he would also like room service, a Krabby Patty with cheese, toenail clippings, and nose hairs. And wants Mr. Krabs to eat it. SpongeBob says it's not really a Krabby Patty with cheese, toenails, and nose hairs. And, well, Mr. Krabs thinks he's joking, but no, there's toenails and nose hairs, which is disgusting. But, well, SpongeBob was right. It didn't have cheese because, well, all the cheese went to Patrick's room. And, well, Squidward then asked for cookies, just like his mother made. And, well, they taste like shit. And, well, Mr. Krabs and SpongeBob go to Mother Tentacle's house to, try to get the recipe out of them with a quite funny kidnapping joke. Yeah. So then, gets him the cookies, and, well, Squidward asks him to redecorate his room a bunch of times until, it's back to how they started, and he wanted a giant pool in his room, which, well, is too much for the floor to handle, and, well, the tower basically crumbles. I hope that's not removed because of 9/11 or some bullshit, and also water spilling out, and then the gang ends up in a hospital, and, well, ridiculous hospital bills, and then Mr. Krabs thinks, let's turn the Krusty Krab into a hospital, and the three boys are going to med school. This brings out all the laughs, has great humor, it's random, but it's good random humor. It's great. I highly suggest you check it out. So, yeah, I've got some more stuff coming up. You'll see my face, all the reviews and whatnot. And, subscribe and, see you later.